he knows, Richard, that he has a few things to think about there, doesn't he?
Yeah, it is.
He's not going to sleep much this evening.
It's quite difficult to put your finger on what is the problem, because there seems to be quite a few different issues within the team. I think Liverpool had a style of play which was great, and they were dominating games, they were winning matches all the time, they were challenging for titles, winning Champions Leagues, and then he started to tweak it slightly with new players coming in. Then he tweaked it again and tweaked it again, and it's almost like they've lost their way a little bit to where they were 2 or 3 years back. The roles of players have changed slightly. Obviously they're almost in the middle of a rebuild while trying to continue the same style.
They had a brilliant season in so many ways last season. I mean, they were, you know, won 2 cups, just short of City in the league, and in Champions League final. They're obviously not that far away. They're
not far away, but it just keeps tweaking. It's just little changes again. I mean, this season they've brought in Núñez, which is something different for them. They've lost Mane, which is a huge thing, and the injuries, of course, as well, what they've had. And I think towards the second half of last season, Konate coming in and being a really, really big player for them, doing really well, certainly in the bigger matches. So for him to be out as well is a blow for them. But it's a big wake-up call for them tonight. I think they were maybe in their own heads getting away with things a little bit because the results were disappointing but not terrible, but tonight was awful.
And as Richard says, like there has been tweaks and changes on personnel, of course. I mean, everybody keeps pointing to maybe not... People are not understanding the impact of Sadio Mane leaving in so many ways. Do you think that they need to sit down and sort of say, listen, we're in a little bit of a transition here, and have a bit of patience?
I don't think that would go down well if they started talking like that, because they have had great praise about the recruitment, about how well the players have done that have been recruited, probably with the exception of Keita. Minamino there, probably you'd say they were relative failures given the amount of money. They've generally got it right. I think people will I mean, Klopp has denied they needed boosting in midfield, felt that they'd have enough players, and the Harvey Elliott will play a part, and Curtis Jones this year. So I don't think people accept that Liverpool are in transition, that it's suddenly gone from you're good enough to possibly win the quadruple, just missed out on that now it's time for transition. People will be expecting him to find the solutions, him and his staff to find the solutions to get, what do you say, reset and go.
Reset and go.
Straight away, Wolves this weekend.
Indeed, indeed.